Here's a project I just finished up. This is going to be a soldering station fan. I'm using this 12 volt, 1 amp cheapy power supply that I got with some LED lights. I'll go over this real quick. Let me grab a pry tool. So I'll kind of show you what we got here. We have the live and the neutral. This is a resistive dropper, so it goes through the resistor. On the live side, it goes through a bridge rectifier. From there, it goes into the transformer. Primaries over here, secondaries over here. They have a decent gap between the high and low voltage side. It'd be nice to see it be a little bit bigger, but you know, for a cheap Chinese power supply, that's not too bad. Then we have it does come with the Class Y capacitor. It also has the opto isolator over here, this chip, and the circuitry over here and up into here. This is just for monitoring the output voltage. Interestingly, there's an LED on here, but there's no cutout on the cover to show you what the LED is doing. So this power supply and this case were not necessarily designed together. Additionally, there is a smoothing capacitor on the output of the bridge rectifier. There's another capacitor over here right before the outputs. So those just go into the red and the white that I then have going into this old computer connector. I went ultra overkill, and instead of trying to de-pin this thing or just crop some of the wires shorter, I just doubled it up. So these are 18 gauge, way overkill, because it goes down to this teensy tiny little wire for the fan. If this thing runs at the full 12 volts that it's rated for, it's way too loud, it's way too fast, and it vibrates a lot. So after a little bit of experimentation, I just put some resistors in series to bring the speed down a little bit, and I can show you right now. That this thing actually does work pretty well. So it's reasonably quiet, and it just pushes enough air around to get the fumes away from your face, because if you've ever done any soldering, it doesn't matter where the work is in relation to your face, the fumes always go straight to your face. They're not necessarily going to kill you or give you, extreme cancer within the first few minutes of doing it. But if you do a lot of soldering, it's not really something you want to be breathing too much of, over a longer period of time. So later I'll probably make some sort of a stand for this to, hold it at a more convenient height, and maybe try to isolate it from the table and isolate it from vibrations, because this thing still is not the most well-balanced fan or spinning device there has ever been. Pretty janky setup, but that's kind of the way I like it. Take something you have laying around that you're not using, take something else you have that's laying around that you're not using, and just put all the stuff together. Well, anyway, this is just another one of those things that if you have the parts laying around and you have the time and you're feeling bored, why not make one?